Okay, so thank you guys for giving me a moment of your time. So when you find yourself upon a writer, you look forward to them having the ability to communicate and have their way with words and have them stick with you even after a period of time. So I found this within Ursula Le Guin and the short story of The Ones Who Walk Away from the Melas in a classical fiction. I felt I was able to connect along and learn through her story, which life as I know it is like a seesaw. We are confronted with harsh reality that's hidden by the illusion of happiness. We portray and continuously seeking for something in spite of the hardships that we go through. Even when we unknowingly know where we are going, where we will end up, and what the future may hold. Gradually wander. When emphasizes on individualism and requires one to reject one's familiarity, society, and stand for their own fate. So I want to ask, what makes a good writer, and how does Gwen Lee succeed in obtaining that name? Well, to start off, every good writer has to have some skills, and these must be attention to detail, clarity, strong vocabulary, open to changes, passion for reading, ability to communicate, power of observation, reason and problem solving, knowledge in grammar, spelling, and punctuation, and fearlessness. Good writing also touches the reader, a story that can be with them even after periods of time, like I mentioned earlier. Good writing also adds value that stays with the reader even after some time and always keeps them asking for more. Many of her works have great advices hidden them with hidden messages. So in this presentation that I have, you can look through them with quotes from her books and from her interviews, and you can gladly look through them. Moving on forward, she has received many awards, and what makes her a great writer and makes her successful is that she doesn't restrict her voice when she writes. Instead, she becomes one with the world in order to describe it. Now, within her long career, Gwen was able to be open to changes and be able to adapt with any genre that she wishes to dive into, and she was always pushing through her boundaries and being able to break the rules that are usually established within the writing community and use it to her ability with her own words. Now, she obeys this one rule, write what you know, as she's a scientific novelist. So she usually writes about dragons, wizards, and imaginary countries. She's not really afraid to learn from the greats, from others. She's not afraid to learn from inspiration and help tips to become a better writer. She will always learn to strive to do better. And I want to wrap this up as a writer will never have any other voice but their own. And I highly recommend reading her works, as she is a great writer and her words will stick with you and you guys will not be disappointed. She succeeds as being one of the greatest writers in all world time because she knows how to use clarity, reason of problem solving, knowledge in grammar, spelling and punctuation, fearlessness, strong vocabulary, attention to detail, and being able to touch the readers. In what makes her America's greatest writer of all time. So I would like to share one of the quotes that I thought that I connected with her. And it's from her book, The Dispossessed. There's a point around the age of 20 when you have to choose whether to be like everybody else the rest of your life or make a virtue of your particularities. Now, I found myself connecting with this because I'm around that age, as I'm 19 and I'm going to turn 20 within 2 months. So I am at that point where I have to make decisions of where I want to end up with, and I found this to be as in you can't be everything everybody makes you want to be, and but you can certainly be someone who you are satisfied with, and that's really important to me, as in I wish to do what I want because it makes me happy and because we only have one life. Now, is there any questions you guys have about the author or why you guys might think she's the greatest writer of all time?
Yes, I have a question. So you think that to be more, have more knowledge, you have to practice more, in order to have a stronger vocabulary that you are thinking that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, to be a writer, you always have to practice with your vocab, your grammar, your spelling, because that's how you're able to connect with the readers from having to use your words.
All right, that is really, oh, okay. I agree with you. I think I'm gonna read a book, which is allowed to read it. So, good point.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
All right.